We don't have a fridge, just the sink is our fridge. We have to get ice mostly every day because it melts during night. There's really not enough food. All there is cans of vegetables. So I've been eating vegetables. I think there's a lot of people in America that need help with food because they're poor or they're either homeless or they're both.
At the school who looks dressed worse than me, but he has his own house though. He got a house to call home. He don't have to go sit down with thousands of people to eat dinner. He can run to his refrigerator and open it up, and I can't do that. I have to wait till a certain time, and I have to eat, because if I don't eat, I will starve all night until the next morning.
Welcome once again to one of our interviews, and today we're at the Forney Food Pantry, a place that we give at Holy Trinity by the Lake. And so I would like to talk to Teresa Adams, who is the director for the Forney Food Bank. And thank you so much for allowing us to come here today.
Thank you for coming.
Holy Trinity absolutely loves your organization and all the hard work you're doing. And so on behalf of the entire congregation, we want to thank you and your crew because y'all really are making a huge difference in people's lives. Tell me, first of all, how long have you been here?
I have been the director for 16 years.
16 years. That's a lot of dedication.
It is.
Planning to go anywhere?
Only when I'm physically not able to really do it anymore.
I get it. That's great because obviously you need to have a heart for people in the community.
You need to have a heart and you need to be strong, especially when you have to entail a lot of lifting and stuff. Now I don't require all of our volunteers to do that, but I am the lifter. So strong, and a lot of our clients that come in, they've been coming for years, but we have picked up a lot of new ones.
Well, tell me about that. I was going to ask you, who is it that you serve? What kind of area do you serve?
We serve Forney and Crandall School District.
Okay.
And that's what we do. We serve Forney and Crandall School District, and they have to meet the criteria. We have an income level and like that. But we have had a lot of new ones that normally wouldn't meet the criteria because of all the job losses here, recently, like that. So I say we picked up at least about 50 new families since this all happened. We're small, we're a smaller area. We're not big like the Dallas area.
Right, but it's needed, right?
It is.
The food
It
needs
is.
to be where the people
It is.
are, and so that's why
It
it's so that we need to have places here like yours.
People
It's critical.
depend on it. They really do depend on it.
Absolutely. Have you seen a huge increase since the virus?
Yes, at first. Now we're kind of leveled off.
Okay.
We're doing just the regular like that, but we're still picking up a few new here and there. So maybe it's just this this area. A lot of people. There was a lot of people, but some people have gone back to work.
Okay.
So
well, that's great news.
That's good.
We love to hear that.
That's good, and it turns around. A lot of people, you come in and they've never came to the food pantry before, and it does turn around because a lot of people they come and get help, and once they're back on their feet, doing well, then they come and they donate.
Okay.
So, which is good, like that, because we have that happen quite a bit.
That's right. Absolutely. I can imagine. Are most people, do they drive here? Do they walk here?
Normally they drive.
They drive here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a few that do walk here,
I can imagine.
which is a little bit of a trek for them, because we're kind of out here in the industrial area, so like that. And then me or one of my volunteers, a lot of times, if we can, we can take it home like that.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty desperate when you walk this far.
And we also have it set up where we have them fill out a paper where they have a proxy on there that can come and pick up for them. As long as they're on there, if they're not able to get out, they can have somebody come and pick up for them.
That's fantastic that somebody can come and pick it up, and that could be volunteers that could possibly come and pick up food and deliver it to people. It's something maybe we could even think about doing. I would love, if it's okay with you, I would love to see the process that y'all have inside.
Okay.
So come on, let's go join them.
Okay.
So we're here in the center of the operation of the Forney Food Bank. And as you can see, there's lots of different products and stuff that are donated. And so I would love for you to show us around, if you would.
Okay. This is kind of the hub. These are the boxes that we pre-make ahead of time. And these are the boxes that will go into the buggies. And then we'll figure out what they want, cold items, what we have. Sometimes we have a choice of what kind of meat they need.
Okay.
And they'll tell us that, and then we start, and as they're going out, we load the cold items, or fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, if we have fresh stuff like that. And then he grows out here, and we do have a process. We do have an office up here. Would you like to go to the office yet, or do you want to stay back here?
We'll go see it here in a few
Okay.
minutes. I'd love to see the operation here.
This back here is our clothing area. Not only are we a food pantry, we have a clothing area.
Okay.
And this is where we go through the clothes that are donated to us, so we can sort. Some things are good, some things are not. And we have a clothing room by the office where they can go in and they can do we call it shopping. So they go in there and pick out things that they need, and everything's free of charge. Nothing.
Right.
They're not charged anything.
Well, what kind of
But
clothes
these
are you
are
looking for?
We like. Oh, right. Well, we got tons of clothes right now.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, tons. The only thing that we would probably need coming up, school clothes.
School clothes. Okay. That's something we can remember.
Socks, underwear.
Socks, underwear.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
That would be great.
Kids?
But adults.
Adults. Okay.
Well, because some of the kids are adults, when they get up there, but they have the school uniform.
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So that's something we can look at. I see that you have products here: shampoo, laundry detergent, Clorox, or things that you need.
We are always in need of toiletry items, toilet paper, shampoo, because this is the stuff that I have to find in the stores.
Okay.
I cannot get that through our hub. Only food items can I get through the hub, and that's when they have it. Can I get it?
Oh, okay. So you can get food through the hub, but you cannot get these products.
No.
The cleaning products through the hub. That's something that's really good to know. Okay.
In the hub, I pay a handling fee. It's a discounted rate compared to what you have to buy for in the stores.
Okay. Well, that's great that you get
So you'll see a lot of the stuff here. A lot of it's from the hub or it's donation.
Okay.
Or some stores, depending on what it is. Because, we also have a backpack program for the schools, where they're food backpacks for the less fortunate, the ones that sign up through the schools, and it's called our backpack program. So, and we were doing 135 backpacks last year. Every week.
135.
Every week.
Wow. So they do a backpack program here. That's absolutely incredible. We've actually talked about that at the church. So it's nice to know that you guys do that. And maybe it's a way of us helping connecting with
Yes, and these are the items over here
Okay.
that we use for the backpack.
Well, I
Okay.
want to thank you both for all the work that y'all are doing.
Thank you.
It is the Lord's work, and we
It
really
sure is.
appreciate it. You know, as I was just talking about, it's discipleship. It's going out and serving people. And so thank you from our church's heart. We thank you for all the work y'all do.
Thank you. And
Thank
they're
you.
never too old to be a volunteer. I mean, are you my oldest volunteer now? Okay, well, she's one of them up there. I have several volunteers up here that are in their 70s.
That's fantastic. Wow. Thank you. You get great joy in this?
Oh yes.
You do?
Yeah, it's
Ministry
only
is a lot
once
of joy, isn't
but
it?
I like it because I get out of the house. Help, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, I enjoy it very much.
Good. Yeah.
And we need the ladies up here that speak Spanish because we have some Spanish
Absolutely.
clientele. And I don't speak any. My office gal, she doesn't speak it either, so it really helps. And I used to have a Spanish lady that did the office, but she left us, you know, to do. So.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's go look at some more.
You can see all those different stuff that we use and, you know, things that go very well, like canned meats, peanut butter, jelly. Jelly's something you always have to buy in the stores too.
Okay.
But, you know, you really want to have that. I mean, you can't make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without jelly, so.
Right. So that's another interesting thing. Peanut butter and jelly you have to get from the store.
Not the peanut butter necessarily.
Just the jelly.
Some, you know, I can get peanut butter a lot of times through my hub.
Okay.
But sometimes I can't. So as you can see, this is not from my hub here.
Okay.
This was donated. 135 jars of peanut butter for the backpacks, and then however many clients you feed during the week. You know, here we say average of 40 or 50 families. I say that's a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah, that is a lot. Now, I noticed that you have dog food.
Yes.
What's this about?
Now this is all donated. Right now I have 2 organizations that have been donating, and one of them is the Terrell Alliance, and she actually donated some today. And then the other one is Paws. They do a big drive for us, like
Right.
maybe once a year. And cat food is what we lack the most of.
Cat food, okay.
People tend to donate more dog food than they do cat food. And then we, if it's the huge bags, then we bag it.
Okay.
We make smaller bags so they can get smaller bags of the animal food.
Do you have a pretty good demand for dog and cat food?
Yes.
Okay. That's something I honestly didn't think about, because we also, one of our groups is Patriot Calls that we help, and so I know about that, and we give food to them, but I never thought about the food pantry itself of bringing food. That's interesting.
Almost, you'd be surprised. Well, I guess you probably wouldn't be surprised, but a lot of people that come up here, they have animals
Right.
They have
That makes
cats or
sense.
dogs.
Oh, that makes total sense.
like that. And I really prefer for them to give them animal food than feeding them the food that we give them.
Right.
So they have
I
food.
totally agree. Absolutely. And I see you have books also.
We do. We have a little book shelves out here, a variety of books. Whether it
Okay.
be children's books or adult books, and they're all donated to us because I don't know. I love to read, so
Well, that's very interesting, especially children. At this time right now, being out of school, etc. It would be great for them to do that. So it is something. If we have books for children or even adults, and we'd like to donate them, I think it would be a fantastic idea. Again, something I never thought about at the food pantry. So that's fantastic. Well, if you want to show us the rest, then
okay.
this is
So,
great.
Behind you here, these shelves here are for our backpack program.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the kind of items that we like to have because it has to be small because for one thing, it's going in a small bag, but it's a full bag and they have to be able to put it in a backpack.
Okay.
And this is for our backpack program with the schools, the food backpack and snack items. We know kids can be picky too, about what they want.
Kids picky.
But we
No.
like
I can't imagine kids being picky.
The
Not
canned
mine.
meats and, you know, this is stuff that I don't even like, but they love it. They like the Vienna sausages.
Okay.
Of course, a variety of cereals and oatmeals and snack items.
So
Granola
would you
bars.
prefer an organization to have them packed already and bring to you, or like this? If they went through your guideline of what to put in.
No, actually, I prefer it just to be donated to us,
Okay.
or possibly a new volunteer that would come up here and pack them.
And pack them? Okay.
Yeah, because we have lost a few of our volunteers in that area, so we're going to need some new volunteers for that.
Well,
Coming here pretty soon.
Here's a
We'll start
question.
back out.
Are people under 18 allowed to pack in here?
Well, we're here only on Wednesdays when they're normally in school.
Ah, okay. Because I was
So-
thinking about our youth coming in doing something like that
Right.
and packing for you.
Right. Normally they're in school. So,
Okay.
Well,
Well, we tried.
but
Always
during the summer, a lot of times we do have youth come and volunteer. This summer has been different because we haven't
Absolutely.
been allowing a lot of new volunteers in because of all the stuff. And
Right.
I didn't have several of my seniors volunteer for several months, so it was just us.
Sure, I could understand that. Yeah, it's scary time.
Because everything was all up in the air, but now we know if we can take precautions, you know, wear your face mask and if they want to wear gloves and stuff like that,
Okay.
you know, like that.
All right. Well, I see we're coming. Oh, wow.
I got a little bit of a variety in here right now. I got some turkey breast, fish, and I actually got some turkeys back there.
I bet they're cold.
Hey, this is my spot in the
Dad
summertime.
joke. I
This
like
is
that.
where I like to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this your office?
Yes,
also?
it is.
I don't blame you.
And then over here is the refrigerator side, and it's empty. I don't like to see it empty, but I haven't been able to get any fruit lately or any fresh
Okay.
vegetables. Well, what we have been getting, it's been going right out.
Right.
So, but normally I have, you know, fruit and some fresh vegetables and stuff
Okay.
like that when I have it.
My follow-up question would be: Is there anything else that Holy Trinity can do for you?
Your church does so much for our pantry. I mean, to be such a small church, I mean, y'all have the most giving people in your church. I mean, we're just overwhelmed with gratitude that you picked us to help us feed people here. And I don't want to cry, but that we're just overwhelmed. We just love your church, and you know, and we're not even members of your church, but you know, obviously y'all have the heart to help our fellow neighbor, and that's what we're supposed to do. I mean, God put us on this earth to help each other, and that's what we're trying to do. And without organizations like you, we could not do it. I mean, because it takes money, it takes volunteers, it takes, you know, a crew to keep it going. And I know things are hard, and people might have less too, and we are feeding more. And we're just so grateful.
Well, we're grateful for y'all as well. As our series of Love Thy Neighbor, Jesus tells us to worship the Lord with all our heart, mind, and soul, but also to love our neighbors like ourselves. It's a commandment, not a suggestion. And you're living it. And we hope that we're living it too. And we just want to thank you because we love you guys too and all that you're doing for everybody. And ministry, like I said earlier, is something that just has to continue hand to hand. We are the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. So again, thank you so much for allowing us to come and see your organization.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
I want to thank everybody for being here today. I hope that you enjoyed it and got to see behind the scenes of what goes on and our help with the food pantry and how it's all organized. It's exciting. Until next time, blessings. Hey everybody, we are back again. I'm here with our own Grace Johnson, who is an advocate for the Forney Food Bank. And as you know, we have been there and we looked around, and it's absolutely an incredible place. But I wanted to talk to Grace as a parishioner of our church of why she is doing this, what makes her heart really beat for this. And anyway, I would love to talk to you a little bit about that.
Okay.
Grace, my first question I would love to ask is, what got you involved?
I first got involved with feeding those in need through Holy Trinity. Growing up in the Baptist church, I was never once asked to make a sandwich for somebody in need. And when we started going to Holy Trinity, and Betty Ann Whitmore was doing the Austin Street shelter, and they were asking for people, to participate in that. We got involved in that, and then when she got to the point where she couldn't do it anymore and Francis took over, we've just been involved in feeding the hungry since we started at Holy Trinity. And for me, I guess it's more on a personal level. To me, it's hard to understand someone else's kind of suffering if you haven't been there.
Right.
And it's difficult to put yourself in another's shoes and really feel it. And when I was growing up, even though my father was a plumber, we actually grew up quite poor. And there were plenty of times where, our supper or dinner, as you call it out here in Texas, was cornbread and milk. And sometimes, we'd ask Mother, well, what's for dinner? And she'd say, poke and grits. You poke your feet under the table and grit your teeth, But usually, it would be cornbread and milk.
Right.
And I don't remember ever being hungry, but I do remember never actually feeling full, feeling satisfied.
Right.
There's always wanting something else. And so I have a real sympathetic and empathetic heart for those who are in those situations, whether it's Austin Street or the Forney Food Pantry, and especially for children. I think it's great that adults can go to the Forney Food Pantry and can get the groceries they need, but I think the backpack program that they do is really the most needed of all, because those kids cannot provide for themselves without that backpack program.
Right.
And in this country, one of the greatest, one of the richest, to me, there is absolutely no reason for any child to go hungry.
I agree, absolutely. And we saw the items that they put in the backpack program. She was telling us about that, which was really rather inspiring to do, and something I would like to further look at Holy Trinity by the Lake, of how we can do that during this time of year, especially when through the school year that's coming up.
Right.
As a educator, principal, and teacher, you must have seen this quite often in our schools.
We did. And, over the years from the time I started in Forney, I spent 11 years in the Mississippi Delta, where it was quite poverty stricken, where every kid in the school was on a free lunch program. And then, I came to Forney, and, there was a small percentage of what they call economically disadvantaged. And, it was maybe, 3-4%. And over the 29 years that I spent in Forney, that increased to over 25%.
25% of
Yeah.
children not having any food when they come to school.
They're on free lunch, economically disadvantaged, and so forth. So, it became obvious, there are some cities that are very good at hiding their poverty levels.
Right.
And, Forney was there for a long time. And then it got to the point where, we've got to face the fact that there are people here who need us to step up. And that's one thing I was really pleased when Teresa started posting, you know, these large amounts of food coming in from Holy Trinity and these checks coming in from Holy Trinity, all of a sudden, up until that point, you weren't seeing the churches here in Forney. And then after that, they started their own programs and started donating, you know, having, you know, food drives for the bank, and restaurants started doing that. So I feel like we were kind of an impetus to kind of give everybody a little push around here that the problem is here and there's something we can do about it, and we just need to step up and do it.
Right. Well, that's actually incredible that because of us doing that, it inspired others to jump in, because, you know, so many of us need to be the hands and feet of Christ.
Yes.
And the more hands and feet there are, the more people will be taken care of.
That's
without
right.
a doubt.
Yeah.
And so I was also surprised that they take dog and cat food. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was pretty incredible, and something we can ask for, as
Yeah.
well as some books for adults and also for children. So
Yeah, I think it's great that they get those kind of donations, because as a dog lover with 4 of them here in the house, I know the value that pets bring to add value to your life. And for those people in need of food, to be able to keep their pet, I think is critical to their mental and emotional well-being, as well as, you know, their physical, taking care of their physical needs. It helps to take care of those mental and emotional needs too.
absolutely,
So
and
that's
security.
great. Yeah.
You know, security for a lot of them.
Right.
So absolutely. And so I was very, very inspired. I was also inspired by how long the people have been there.
Yes.
I mean, there were some people there over 20 years. Teresa was there 16 years. The newest person was 5 years. And so it just tells you how passionate they are to help other people. And, you know, as I told them, how, you know, we're inspired by seeing people like them who have a heart to help. And so it gives me the heart of wanting to help more.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and seeing what we can do. And so what I would ask from you is you actually do take care of the Austin Street shelter with sandwiches, you know, and doing that, as well as the Forney Food Bank. And so I would love for you to keep Holy Trinity and our outreach committee informed when, as you have been, you know, and letting us know when those items are needed, or if there's special items.
Right.
Because Holy Trinity has a tendency of always stepping up to the plate and getting those particular items
They
there.
really do. And back in November, when their freezer went out and they lost all those turkeys,
Oh, yeah.
you know, when Holy Trinity stepped in there to help take care of that, you know, other people got involved in that too. And so it turned out they had plenty to take care of everybody at Thanksgiving. So that was a big deal right there.
Yeah, it was a miracle. And it takes us to make miracles
Yes.
together. And so, yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Well, again, I want to thank you for all of the work that you're doing. You know, you and so many people at Holy Trinity and our incredible outreach committee and the work they do.
I tell you, we have an outstanding outreach committee.
We do.
I mean, they really do vet places. They don't just hand out money to just anybody. They truly vet them to ensure the need and to ensure that money goes to take care of that need and not just some administrative fees and that sort of thing. They really do an outstanding job.
They do. I'm so proud of them, and it's one of the reasons we want to do this series. Again, it's because we want people to see behind the curtain and what goes on. And one is the outreach committee and the hard work they do each year of seeing who needs what now, whose needs are higher than other people's, because it changes.
It does.
Year to year. And so they do a really special job of investigating that and having people come in and talk about their needs, etc. And so you're right, it's not just dishing out money to people. It's thoroughly been studied and what needs to be done today
Right.
and for this season. Well, again, Grace, thank you so much
Well,
for all you do. And
it's all my pleasure, my honor to help others, because so many people helped me along the way, you know, to get to college and to develop a great career. And, you know, I couldn't have done that with my background had people not stepped in along the way to help me. So wherever I can help somebody else, I want to do that. So, you know.
It's so
And
important.
that's where I found my, you know, my true self at Holy Trinity, because like I said, up until that point, I had never once been asked to do something for somebody else in need.
Yeah,
Never.
And that's a shame.
I know, it is, you know, it's sad. But I'm just glad I found Holy Trinity, and Holy Trinity is able to use my talent, and happy to do what I can do.
Well, I love to hear the joy in your voice when you're
Yeah.
talking about it. You can tell
I
your heart
do.
is there.
I love that church. I mean, they have given me so many opportunities to grow and develop, you know, a true servant heart. You know that you know it's made me very happy with my development, my growth in that church. So
Good. Wonderful. Well, thank you again for the interview. I
Oh,
really
you're
do
welcome.
appreciate it.
you're welcome.
Well, guys, once again, I'd like to thank Grace Johnson for talking with us. I think it's exciting, and we can see that there are so many needs in our community, many that Holy Trinity is fulfilling, and I'm just so proud of that. You guys are so giving. So until our next interview, I thank you. I love you. I'm glad that y'all are here today, and we will see you next.